has to do with diversity. Our city is now very diverse. What will you do to make Chino Hills more open and more accepting of different groups? An example would be a new Buddhist temple, etc.
I think if you look around this community, we are diverse. We do have a Buddhist temple, we have Muslims, we have, you name it, we have Catholic churches, you name it, we have it. We're diverse. I think what I'd like to see is more cultural events, and I know Peter Rogers is trying to do that here at the Community Center. I would like to see that. I'd like for us to embrace each other and support each other. And I see it a whole lot. I go to the BAPS 5K walk. I'd like to see more in my community there. So I believe that we are doing that today. And we do live in a lovely community that is very diverse and caring and supporting of each other.
I would also like to, also would agree with Mr. Marquez. We are a very diverse community, and that's what I love about the city. Absolutely, if you look around the room right now, absolute diversity, and I absolutely love that. Everyone is welcome in our city. Everyone is welcome who wants to raise their families here. I would never oppose anyone for any reason, and we need to continue to promote that. But again, this kind of hinges on a little bit of an issue that I've been taking on, and that's the maternity hotels. So if we want to maintain our diversity, our beautiful city here we have, then we need to be very, very cognizant of what's going on right now with these maternity hotels that have popped up in our city. It needs to be addressed immediately.
I agree with both Ray and Rosanna. We are an incredibly diverse community. We sit at the crossroads of so many counties and our various churches. We've struggled with some things, but as a community, we've always come together. The BAPS, just as an example, they're having their community health outreach next week, I believe. They had an open house last Sunday. I went to that. It's coming. I apologize. But they continue doing those types of events. The Catholic Church with their outreach to backpacks to school for school kids. We have a strong LGBT community. I would like to see more cultural events that help us all come together so that we can understand one another. No one wants to hurt or diminish anyone else's lifestyle. We just need to come together as a community and enhance each other.
Ditto, it's the same. I agree. We are a very diverse community right now. And as far as ethnicity and religion, a lot of the religions want to be in Chino Hills. I'm not sure what the draw is exactly, but when BAPS stepped forward and said we want to build our Hindu temple here, it was part of a process, but eventually they got it. And there was some opposition at first, but once everybody learned what BAPS people were about and religion was all about, they accepted with open arms. And now they have become a real staple in our community, as has the Buddhist temple at the end of Carvey Canyon. And we have Korean and Korean Christian and Catholic and Christian in general. We're very diverse religion-wise. And then again, I think that we're diverse in every aspect. And Ray mentioned something. We are trying to, as a foundation, we're trying to even put together an international, Chino Hills International Foods event. Raise money for the foundation, but also to kind of create that diversity of foods that we can all sample. Thank you.
Let me read off from my campaign platform. One of my goals when elected and with voters' approval is to encourage, solicit, and stimulate our residents of diversity to become more involved in our political quality of life issues, thereby truly unifying our sense of community. Let's elevate our political consciousness and their participation. Anytime I go to any networking forum or fundraising events, I see the same faces. I don't really see a whole lot of participation from our diverse residents of our community. My being involved in their organizations, such as the Chinese American Association of Chino Hills, the Filipino American Senior, and they've given me the task of being a community liaison for them so that they can be more exposed and visible to the community. That is already something that I'm already doing, and when we get elected, I will continue and strengthen towards that goal. Thank you.
question will go to Rosanna, and it has to do with the animal shelters. Chino Hills currently contracts with the Inland Valley Humane Society, an animal shelter with a kill for space policy. If our city contracts with a no-kill agency to provide adoption services for each dog and cat in need, our city will become no-kill. What is your position on a no-kill animal shelter in Chino Hills City limits?
I actually, that's part of my platforms. I support a no-kill policy in the city of Chino Hills, and no-kill means exactly what it says. The only time you put down an animal would be if they're sick or they're dangerous to the public. At the present time, we have IVHS, and they are not working, I understand, with the orphanage of the priceless pets, who are currently rescuing our dogs here in the city of Chino Hills. If IVHS is not willing to work with the orphanage or any program that rescues animals, then we need to find someone else, quite frankly. We need a no-kill policy, and there's no middle ground. There's no humane policy. It's no-kill. Thank you.
I strongly support no-kill Chino Hills. There are over 500 cities that we know of that are no-kill cities. No-kill doesn't mean that no animal goes down, because there are going to always be animals that are sickly or just so aggressive that they can't be helped. And in those instances, we may have to contract to have those animals euthanized. But right now, we're having animals euthanized to make room for more animals to be put in the cages. That's just unacceptable. We have alternatives to it. We have people ready to step up and save the animals in our community and find them loving homes to be loving companions to families and seniors. We have to step up now. If Inland Valley isn't going to work with us, then we need to find a new partner. And for $490,000 a year, I don't think it'll be hard.
I too agree that we should become a no-kill environment in Chino Hills. Ray and I are on an ad hoc committee that, as far as the last 9 or 10 months, that have been exploring the possibilities. It's a real struggle to find someone that will take the animals that were put down that shouldn't have been put down. But we had Inland Valley contracted and had the inspection today at Priceless. So that took place already. I don't know what the results are, but it sounds like it was positive. Inland Valley Humane Society is kind of coming on board with other concepts also, and they may be working with all the shelters locally to kind of up their game also. And that's fairly recent. I will probably be in the paper this weekend. But there's no question, if we can find homes for just the dogs, for the 102 dogs that were put down that shouldn't have been put down in 2013, which seems very achievable. We can make that happen. We just need to find entities that can do it. I think Priceless Pets will be that entity ultimately, at least my hope has been that way. And I think that'll be a solution that we can pray for.
I too support the no-kill zone in our community. I was born and raised with pets in the household. My children grew up with pets. I have a couple of child dogs who passed away because of old age, and their remains are still at home. I think there's really got to be a better way for IVHS to manage overpopulation and overcrowding, and not just by putting dogs up to sleep. I agree that some really aggressive dogs maybe have to be put down, but for those animals that are being used as companions, not just pets, for some people, our community, companions because they live by themselves. And the community really need to do something sooner than later. I know that this mayor addressed this in the state of the city when asked that, are we going to have a no-kill zone in our community in 1 year? Of course, the person that was asked said yes, and then they just moved forward. So I support that, and I hope it happens less than a year. Thank you.
I know we're going to be a no-kill city. And there's not even any question whatsoever it's going to happen. I'm also on an ad hoc committee with Mr. Rogers. Today I was at the inspection that we had over at the orphanage, and I was very proud of the group that came together to be ready for this inspection. You guys did a tremendous job. I truly appreciate it. My VHS, hopefully they get on board. If not, maybe we need to look somewhere else. There's other cities out there such as Upland. They need some support, and I'm willing to communicate and talk with them to come up with a solution to this problem. Once again, I support no kill, period.